Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tay, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to draft the basic skirt pattern. Please, if you've not subscribed, hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so when I post new videos you get to see it as well. Moving on, here are the materials I'll be using for today's tutorial, and here are the measurements I'll be using as well. Firstly, I'm going to be making two boxes on this paper, as you can see, using my hip measurements divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease. I'm going to be drafting the front and the back pattern together, hence why I'm making these two boxes. Next, I'm going to be using the edge of the paper as my waistline, so I'm just going to go ahead to label that so you guys can see. After that, I'm going to measure my waist to hip length, which is 8 inches, and I'll rule out the line with my straight ruler and do the same for the back pattern. Afterwards, I'll be marking out my waist to knee length. Mind you, the skirt is going to stop at my knee length, but like I always say, regardless of what length I'm using for my tutorial, you can follow these steps and draft out your pattern using any length of your choice. Moving on, my knee length is 21 like I earlier said. I'm marking it for both the front and the back, and I'll just roll out the line with my long ruler. Next, I'll be marking the circumference measurements of each point. My waist, I'm going to be dividing that by 4, and I'll be adding 1 inch for my dart. For my hip as well, I'm going to be dividing my hip measurement, which is 39 divided by 4. That's 9.75, and I'll just mark that out as you've seen. And for my knee, I'm going to be subtracting 2 inches from my hip measurement. So like I said, my hip measurement is 9.75, which I have earlier marked. So I'm going to be subtracting 2 from that, which is going to be 7.75. So that's going to be my knee circumference measurement, and I'm just going to mark that as you've seen. Now I'm going to connect the marked out points with my pattern curve. I'll just blend this part so I have a smooth curve. I don't want no pointy edge. Next, I'll be marking out my darts using my nipple to nipple measurement, which is also the bust span, divided by 2. Mine is 7, so that's 3.5. And the length of my darts is going to be 5 inches. I'm just remarking the nipple to nipple measurements on that point, just so I can have a straight line, and I'll roll that out just as you've seen. I'll be sharing the 1 inch dart allowance, which is 0.5 on both ends, and I'll go ahead to draw my dart leg. After that, I'll be marking 1 inch below the waistline to make a slope in order to avoid excessive bulging in the front part of my skirt. I'll go ahead to close the darts before rolling the slope line, just as you can see. Moving on to the back pattern, all measurements for my back pattern will be taken from the center back as well, so I'm just labeling it so you guys don't get confused. Alright, I'm going to go ahead to mark the circumference measurement of each point, just like I did for the front pattern. But at the knee point, the 2 inches I'll be deducting from my hip measurement. I'll be sharing it 1 inch on both sides. That's 1 inch from the center back, 1 inch from the side back. Please watch closely. First off, I would mark out the hip measurement on my knee line and then go in by 1 inch, just as you can see on both sides. Afterwards, I'll go ahead to use my pattern curve to connect the points. I'm going to go ahead and label the side back and also the front pattern. Next, I'll be doing a certain percentage of tightening on my zipper points If you've seen my basic bodice video, you'll know I like to do a 50% tightening to eliminate zip bulge. If you've not, I'll leave the link in the description box, so go check it out. So I'm going to go ahead to mark out 0.5 inch on my waistline from the center back point, just as you can see. And I also said you could do a 100% tightening, which is coming in by 1 inch. Next, I'm going to connect it to the hip line with my curve ruler and also connect it down to the 1 inch mark at the hemline. The next thing I'll be doing is to mark my dart points using my nipple to nipple measurements, and I'll be marking that starting from the center back line, not the 0.5 inch line. And I'll be adding 1 inch to my dart length. If you remember, the front dart length was 5 inches. Here it's going to be 6 inches, seeing as I'll be adding 1 inch to the length. And I'll go ahead to draw my dart leg just like I did in the front pattern. Mind you, there are no sewing allowances on this pattern, so by the time we are done and we want to cut this on our fabric, or you want to cut it on your fabric, do not forget to add your sewing allowances on the side, on the hemline, and on the zipper region. After that is done, I'll be showing you how to cut out your band from the skirt pattern. Moving on, all you have to do is mark 1.5 inch from the waistline. After that, you close your darts before you roll out the line, and when you want to cut it as well, you have to close your darts before you cut it out, because you won't be holding any darts on our band. So I'm going ahead to label just as you can see me do my side front band and my center front band. Please always label, because if you don't, it can get really confusing. By the time you cut it out, you'll be wondering which one is the center front, which one is the center back. So please always label your patterns. So I'll go ahead to repeat the same thing for the back, marking out my 1.5 inch, closing my darts, rolling my line, and there you have it. You can see the skirt is sitting all pretty and nice. Now I'm going to go ahead to cut it out for you guys to see. I'm done cutting out the pattern, and this is what we have here. You might be wondering why I didn't cut out the band. I haven't decided what I want to do with this pattern yet. That's why I haven't cut out the band. But when you want to, please remember to close your darts before you cut out on the line that you rolled out for your band. And that is all for the basic skirt pattern. Thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comment section and I'll reply to it. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.